Hey, it's Chad Hasty of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs on weekday mornings on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO in Lubbock, Texas. If you're not around Lubbock, where you can listen over the air, you can listen online at KFYO.com from 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. Follow me on Twitter, Chad HD Radio. You'll hear a lot this week, as I brought up in a previous video, about President Donald Trump in his first 100 days in office. You'll see different polling numbers. The news media will compare polling numbers from President Obama, former President George W. Bush, probably even former President Bill Clinton to Trump, to try to compare and contrast how Trump is doing in his first 100 days compared to his predecessors. Something, though, that hasn't been talked about in some of the polling is how Democrats are doing these days with independent voters, with Democratic voters, and everybody else. The question that we're going to tackle here in this video is, are Democrats and the Democratic Party out of touch with the average voter? An interesting number from the from the Washington Post. CNN actually points this out. There's a lot of bad polling. I'm reading from the story here from CNN. A lot of bad polling numbers for President Donald Trump these days. He has historically low job approval ratings. Nearly 6 in 10 voters believe that he lacks judgment or the personality to be an effective president. That from the last poll. However, by the way, in that poll that was done that said that he lacks the temperament to be a good president, 43% of people in that same poll said they would vote for Donald Trump for president if the election were held today. Only 40% of people said they would actually vote for Hillary Clinton. So Donald Trump's base still right there with him. The Democrats have actually slipped, and this is the point of this CNN article here. One number of the post-ABC poll that stood out again here, this from the CNN article, that should worry Democrats pondering the future, asked whether the Democratic Party is in touch with the concerns of the average person. Just 28% said that it is, as opposed to 67% who said the Democrats are out of touch with the average voters. Those numbers are worse than the in-touch, out-of-touch numbers for either the Republican Party or for Trump. More amazing is that only 52% of self-identified Democrats said their party was in touch, while 44% of Democrats said it was out of touch. Fewer than 1 in 5 independents, 18%, said the Democratic Party was in touch with the average person. Okay. So while Donald Trump may be looking bad, guess what? The Democrats are looking worse. Republicans are actually looking better as a party than the Democrats. This isn't good news for you Democrats who are out there who are trying to unite the party. There's still this underlying current of a Democratic civil war, and I think that we will see it really start blowing up here in about a year or so, maybe less than that, as there are different factions trying to be in control of the Democratic Party. You have the Bernie Sanders wing, the Elizabeth Warren wing. You compare that to more moderate wings of the Democratic Party that, quite frankly, just aren't there anymore in the elected officials. Now, I think there are a lot of moderate Democrats, you could even call them blue dog Democrats, that are still throughout the nation. However, the Democratic Party isn't speaking to those people, and that's why those folks went and voted for Donald Trump. Donald Trump isn't a conservative. He's not a right-wing conservative. So they could say, okay, he's not going to be too far to the right. He's probably going to be right where I like him. I'll go and vote for that guy. I've talked before about how blue dog Democrats have no place anymore in the Democratic Party. Tom Perez, he is the brand new DNC chairman. Over the weekend, he said, listen, if you are a pro-life Democrat, you can't run for in office within the Democratic Party. You can't run as a Democrat and be pro-life. You have to embrace abortion. Thomas Perez making comments that I guess he called it a woman's right to choose. But let's be honest about what it is. Tom Perez, the new DNC chair, who's supposed to be, the adult in the room of the Democrats. He was supposed to be the safe pick versus Keith Ellison. Tom Perez telling Democrats nationwide, if you don't support abortion, you don't belong in the party. Here's the problem for the Democrats. 49% of of the Latino vote, 49% of Hispanics are pro-life, okay? And now, as a Republican, as a conservative, hey, Democrats keep screwing up. But this shows that the Democratic Party is out of touch. They're out of touch with Middle America, or as they would call it, the flyover states. The Democratic Party continues to be about the elites on the coast, and they forget about the middle of the country, where, yes, people do have conservative values. Now, there are some who may vote for a Democrat if they are conservative on the social issues, but maybe want to spend a little bit more government money. They may vote for a Democrat. But if they keep hearing the message that if you're a pro-life, you're not welcome in the Democratic Party, they're going to keep leaving and they're going to keep going to the Republican Party. Democrats have a big problem on their hands. It's great to see, as someone who's been talking about this for years now. The Democrats don't care about the average person. They don't care about you, me. They care about their friends in New York City. They care about their friends in Los Angeles. But they do not care about the rest of the nation, and that's why you will continue to see Democrats lose election after election after election. They are not about the nation as a whole. They're just about the two coasts, and that is it. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 a.m. KFYO. Have a great day. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. We'll talk later.